I realize that most people just don't want to do the work. And you know what? Honestly, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm honestly genuinely cool with that because that means it's more for me. There's more opportunity for me, more money for me, more women for me. And I'm not saying this to, be a villain or to express any type of sentimentalities that resembles that of an asshole, but I'm just being honest and frank with y'all. Because again, I do sell authenticity here on my channel, and I'm going to give you nothing less than my real and authentic thoughts. Most people just simply don't want to do the work anymore. And you can tell who's willing to do the work and who's not willing to do the work, primarily based on their mentality, I would argue. Now, there are other ways that you can kind of mind this out and vet this out. Like, for example, you can look at their physique, their physical fitness, and it kind of gives you a baseline 3 to 4 second explanation, especially upon a first impression, because I believe first impressions are made within the first few seconds. You can kind of guess, oh, okay, this person looks the type of way, so they're like this, they're like that, they probably think like this, they probably operate like that, they probably have this amount of discipline, they probably have self-respect up to this degree, etc. Listen, there's other ways, how they carry themselves, how they walk, how they interact with people on a regular basis, but I'm not trying to talk about the non-verbal body cues in which people use to primarily communicate, because most of the communication is non-verbal. But what I am verbally explaining to y'all is most people just don't want to do the work with regards to fitness, their mentality, and a lot of times their mentality is completely fucked. And you could tell because these are the type of people who point out the window instead of looking in the mirror. It's always someone else's fault. It's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. It's this event. And what you don't realize, if you're one of these people that actually think this way, what you're actually doing is you're giving ammunition power to the world and to other people. You're pretty much telling them, hey, I have no power over this circumstance or situation, but you do. You have power over how it is that I move, how it is that I react, and how it is that I conduct my daily life. You have no control of the narrative. You are what I would call a loser. You are a loser. Winners control the narrative, but they control the narrative by primarily taking full accountability for themselves and for their own lives. Believe it or not, I even have relatives that have this point out the window mentality. They don't look in the mirror, they point out the window. And accountability is something else that people who think this way don't necessarily have a lot of, or they have not taken any degree of constructive criticism or accountability, which would help them, which comes back to the premise of this video, this brief video that I'm putting out. Most people are unwilling to do the work. They make excuses as to why they can't go to the gym and work out. They make excuses as to why they're not where it is that they're supposed to be. They make excuses, they bullshit, and then they cry and complain. For example, they'll make excuses of why it is that they don't want to work overtime. They would rather play video games. Or they'll rather smoke weed. Or they might do some other dumb loser shit. Or, oh, I don't want to study. Not knowing that what you're doing is that you're learning how to upskill yourself so you can be more valuable to the economy and marketplace as a whole, instead of just having baseline entry level skills, which are going to be replaced by machines and artificial intelligence anyway. And then in terms of your fitness, oh, I don't have time to work out. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I plan on doing a reaction video soon of like people who have this mentality, people who are fit and people who are unfit. And you can tell, like, it's not just their physical appearance that sets them apart. It's their mentality, which translates to the physical appearance. There's no excuse. If there's something that needs to get done, you get it done. It's not about finding time for things. You got to make time for it, which is why I put out a video a while back of why it is that I use a calendar. I'll post it up here or there in the cards, but I've actually made a video about setting up my calendar, and I showed you what it is that I did, how it is that I structured it, and I explained them in time blocks and whatnot. But most of y'all are willing to do that because you don't need to structure the day. And it goes back to the original premise of this video once again. Most people are not willing to do the work. You see it how it is they work in the job on your 9 to 5. You see how it is when you see how it is that they act when they're around certain people outside, when you're out and about. Listen, you see it at your jobs, you see it at the restaurants, you see it at the shopping malls, you see it, you just see it everywhere, bro. You see it everywhere. You see a lot of dusty loser behavior on the internet, and you wonder why. Listen, people, listen, if you think that I'm a pretentious piece of shit, okay, fine, cool, whatever. I'm cool with that. I can take all the smoke. I ain't tripping on that. It's just, when has the standard become substandard? At one point in time, did people decided, you know what? I'm just going to settle for substandard. It's embarrassing, guys. It's absolutely embarrassing. You mean to tell me you're comfortable going out of the house, leaving the house, looking like a bag of bricks, honestly? You're going to look any type of crazy way? You're not going to wear no actual shoes? Ladies, you're going to be wearing shorts that are pulled all the way up to the crack of your ass, and you're okay going to the grocery store looking that way? Are y'all ladies going to seriously continue to wear bonnets in public? Are y'all okay with wearing... It's just... And don't get me started on the whole PJs thing. I put shorts out on that. Like, that's an annoying ass trend that's been out for a while. Like, pajamas are for the house. Unless you have an event to where it requires you to wear pajamas for like a charity event or something like that, you wear PJs in the house. You don't wear PJs when you're out and about in public. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You have no class, no decorum. Like, these people don't take life seriously. They don't take themselves seriously. And it's just... it's not that I'm trying to be on my soapbox with this. It's just, it seems nowadays, everywhere I go, as I look around, most people are just dusty as hell. They have no facial skincare routine. And I know I still got work to do on mine. Got some scarrings on the side, but that's going to be handled soon. They don't take care of their physical fitness. They're okay. Listen, if you are a man, and you're okay with the idea of coming out the shower, sopping wet, looking down, not being able to see your own dick, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. If you're okay, ladies, if you're okay going out to the nightclubs and the nightlife, and you're big as hell, and you're wearing the skimpiest clothing, you're wearing less, there's something wrong with you. I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. There's something wrong with y'all. Like, people should know what the standard is and then strive to achieve it, maintain it, and ultimately to exceed it. But it's like people have no sense of where it is that they are, what it is that they're doing, and it's just funny to me. I'm sorry, it's just funny to me. Listen, I'm just going to end it here because it's like people don't want to put in the work anymore. They don't want to put the work in their jobs. They don't want to put the work in the gym. They don't want to put the work in their wardrobe. They don't want to put the work in terms of their whatever skincare routine or self-care routine. They don't want to put the work in terms of creating a calendar for themselves so they have more disciplined and structured days so they can get more done in a day than most people will get done in a week. They can't put the phone down. They can't be present. They're going out in public in PJs and shit. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's just, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. And maybe Other countries around the world do this, but I would wager most countries, most well-developed countries don't conduct this same type of behavior because, again, it's dusty ass behavior. There's no class, there's no decorum, there's no self-respect, there's nothing. It's just y'all are just okay being all types of lame and loserish and dusty. You won't even show up to work because you would rather just sleep all day or get high or play video games. Honestly, you would rather do all that shit than get money? I don't care if it's a 9 to 5. It sets the tone for how it is that you are going to accumulate your money moving forward. It's the habits, it's the mentality, it's the discipline of actually having to get up and take your ass to work so that you can feed your face. All right, you know what? It's kind. It's cool. You know what? God forbid that someone like me convinces you to do the thing that's in your best interest. I'm going to continue to uphold the standard, but not the standard that most of y'all are probably living. I'm talking about a real standard of self-respect. That's why I'm going to continue to take care of my fitness. That's why I'm going to continue to make sure that I have everything in order so I'm not looking out of crazy or out of control. I'm still going to show up in public looking decent because it's how I respect myself in the image of myself, because you would need to understand, and this is kind of like a sales, and this is kind of like a sales tip for y'all. Y'all are walking billboards. How you look and how you carry yourself in public speaks and markets to other people how it is that you are. Remember that, honestly. And please miss me with this silly shit of, oh, I don't care how it is anyone can sign. Everybody else should be able to accept who it is that I am. Like, stop it. Like, bitch, stop. Stop. You look like a mess. Stop. Don't nobody want you. Put in some effort. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, I'm going to end it right here because I got other things that I need to do because I'm upholding a standard and I'm trying to hold my word to myself because I actually give a damn about myself and what it is that I do and the impact that I make. And I know a lot of y'all operate with this mentality too. So how about we stop trying to convince these people and actually just be the standard? And if they're curious, they'll ask for the game or not. Either way, I'm leaving them all behind anyway. I'm still going to be successful no matter what. And if you're all going to label me as a villain or an asshole or whatever, or a dick, okay, fine. You can call me whatever it is that you want. As long as it helps you get plenty of sleep so that you can get your ass up and go to work. I'm with it. I'm glad I can play a role in that. All right? I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.